Good morning, everyone. So, glad to be back here. It's an exciting time of year as we get started with just practicing in a new group. And as everyone knows, we're in different times, and you got more new faces. I'm sure every team does, particularly in our conference, which had grown accustomed to not only a tremendous level of talent, but a lot of familiar faces in this conference. And so everybody's dealing with the same thing with a lot of new faces, and really those challenges are really exciting. And one of the more exciting parts of this job is to try to get everybody on the same page and try to help these guys navigate things. Some of them in just a one-year situation. A lot of them will be in a one-year situation. And so, but it's fun. Glad to be back down here. You know, the midpoint of the football season always kind of indicates that basketball is just knocking on the door. I talked with Mike White, and you know, they have a exhibition game tomorrow, so it's here. You know, it's crept up on us, and you know, we'll be doing our thing Saturday against somebody else. So very excited to be back. It's an exciting group that we have. Much more experienced group than what we had. There are a lot of similarities in this year's group to the 2024 group that the commissioner referenced that made the NCAA tournament, just in terms of experience, in terms of, you know, we'll have 5 guys that should or are at 1,000-point scoring mark this year for us. So we added 3 1,000-point scorers 2 years ago. So versatility, I think, on the offensive end, we'll be able to spread the floor a little bit more than we were able to last year. Not an indictment on the group that we had last year, but just stylistically, I think it's a fact that we will have people that are more accustomed to shooting from the perimeter that are bigger than average guys. So that's right up my alley. I like doing that. And I'm just ready to get this group playing. They're ready to play somebody else, that's for sure. They're tired of hearing my voice without playing someone else. So the games can't get here quick enough. So just really excited.
Thank you, Coach. If you have a question, raise your hand. Tommy or Carson will get a microphone to you. We'll start up here in the very front row, right in front of us.
Lamont, Anthony Christensen, WholeHogSports.com. Just
Anthony.
You've been in the league for a few years now. Just over your course in the league, how have you seen it grow in men's basketball? And I guess just when you first accepted the job at South Carolina, what attracted you to the SEC, I guess?
Yeah, good question. The league has grown tremendously, even since I've been in the league. This is actually the second time that this has happened to me. When I went to the Southern Conference, the years following ended up being, in my opinion, and arguably the best years of that league had experience in terms of the overall level of talent in the league and the teams and the coaching and everything. And it's done it again. I think most would probably say that about the SEC men's basketball right now. And so there's something really exciting about that, just knowing that what you get done is real. You're not going to accidentally beat teams in this league. You're not going to accidentally out-coach guys in this league. The things that you do, the successes that you have in this league are the type that would be reproducible against any level of talent of basketball. And so there's something really exhilarating about that. And that was part of the draw of this opportunity for me, was just to play in a league that was such a talented league. The coaches in this league is just, like I said, you're not just going to go into the game and say, well, here's how we're going to win this game. We got these 3 plays and we're going to out X and O this guy. It's just not going to happen in this league. So those are the things that made it very attractive. You know, Columbia is a tremendous city. Columbia, South Carolina is a tremendous city, and the people there are great. We don't have professional sports, so the things that we do at the university in terms of athletics reign supreme throughout the state, and we get a lot of support because of that. So, but yeah, those are the things that made it exciting.
I have a question here on the front row to our left.
Joey Dwyer, Basket Under Review. Miles Studi obviously went through a lot this year. I guess just how did you see him mature, and what effect did that whole process have on him now that he's on the other side of it?
Yeah, that's a good question about Miles Studi. And so in my years as a coach, the quality that has always led to tremendous performance, and most times overachievement, I would say, is a level of gratitude for the opportunity that is in front of a young man. And in 2025, it's getting harder and harder to generate that level of gratitude. It just is. That's not an indictment on these guys. It just is. So you got a guy like Miles Studi, who had a really hard time. You think about it. You're in your last year of eligibility in your head, and you have something like this happen that it had nothing to do with you put yourself in harm's way. It had nothing to do with anything that you did. And Miles was a trooper. His voice continued to be loud at practices. You understood what he was going through personally. You never saw that on his face. He was always, and when I say always, I mean always there for his teammates. What a great moment for me when I got to call him. I got to call him and tell him that he was going to get the year back. And there have been a lot of criticisms over the NCAA over the years. That's for sure. But here was one decision that I knew they got right, and I knew that they got that right when I heard Miles's voice when I told him. And so, again, there's a level of gratitude that goes with what he's doing. He's very professional about how he goes about his business and in his craft. But he's as solid as the day is long. He's completely in control of his emotions, like in a way that most young people just aren't. And so, really happy for him. Really excited about him, and this new lease on his basketball life. So he'll make the most of it. I don't doubt that.
Coach, we'll go down to our right on the front row.
Zach Gagan with KSR. Coach, you
Zach?
plucked a freshman out of the state of Kentucky, E.J. Walker. Just what did you see out of him that attracted you to his game, and what do you think he'll provide this season?
Yeah, E.J. Walker is an extremely intelligent player, and then he's also an extremely intelligent basketball guy. I mean, there are some really smart people that they get on the basketball court, and basketball just doesn't make sense to them. He's very intelligent on the basketball court. You don't have to tell him things multiple times very often. There's another thing that's a little bit different for young people. He absorbs things, and then he's looking for ways to put those into practice as we move from a drill setting, from a film setting to a drill setting to a live 5-on-5 scenario. And he's been really good at that. He's a versatile guy. He can pass. He can make some plays off the dribble. He's a young guy. We have 15 guys on our roster, and this is one of the deepest teams I've ever been a part of. I will say that right now. But what it looks like for any of these players, particularly our young guys, we're just focused on growth and getting better, and he's been really committed to that. Tremendously hardworking young man. This is also, I'll say this is also the hardest working group I've ever been around, number one, in terms of just the extra hours that they spend in the gym. Unless some of these that are obvious hours. Maybe, at 2 a.m, some of my other teams were in there in the gym and I never knew, but just obviously these guys are putting a lot of time into the gym, and EJ and that whole freshman class is a part of that. But he's a tremendous young man. He's got a good personality. He loves basketball. You think that would be something that goes with it, but not always. He really loves basketball, and he wants to get better. And so we're really excited about EJ.
Coach, we'll go straight down the middle, about 4 rows back, just to the left.
Coach, Owen Barnes. Meechie Johnson's a guy, obviously, that you know very well because you coached him 2 years ago. What went into the decision to bring him back onto the team after some people call it a double Marfo or whatever you want to refer to it as, playing for both teams twice now?
Yeah, it's once in a lifetime situation probably, right? For this to happen. I'll start off with, again, you want to talk about a level of appreciation that Miles Studi has for this opportunity. It's trumped only potentially by the level of appreciation that Meechie Johnson has for this opportunity. And so for both of those guys, it's obvious, and you can see it on a day-to-day basis and how they go about their business and just overall gratitude that they have for this. But, what went into the decision to bring Meechie back, there really wasn't a decision. I mean, for me personally, there really wasn't a decision, And so as it looked like some things were happening and he goes into the portal officially and you start some conversations, I think you're both just trying to, feel one another out. It's like a dating relationship where there's been a breakup and then, you start going back and like, is this real? Are you really there? Am I really there? And then, so as you continue talking and you're getting to the bottom of what he wants out of this and what his expectations are and what we need out of this and what his expectations will be, there really wasn't much of a decision for me, honestly. I said it when he left. I love the kid. I've known his family and his uncle for an eternity. I'm from Ohio. It just really wasn't much of a decision at all for us. And so then as he gets here, we've talked about it as our staff. We can't imagine having brought a better piece into our team than Meechie Johnson. And some of that is basketball. Most of that doesn't really pertain to basketball. He speaks our language. He understands the things that we understand. He knows what the expectations are. He's a leader. Naturally, he's a leader. It's not forced and it's authentic. So to answer your question, alas, there was really no decision for us to bring Meechie back.
Coach Paris, thank you for your time this afternoon.
Thank you.